And I wonder if Pablo would like to maybe give a thought as to how you might see hygienic design being supported by NGS, maybe in the area of pet care.
The whole idea of non-targeted metagenomics, I think, lends itself as a tool to understand what the impact of equipment design has on the resident microbiome of a surface. I think there's quite a bit of understanding about hygienic engineering, certainly on the engineering side of the design, but it hasn't always been easy to understand what is the true impact on the microbial community that eventually colonizes these surfaces. And if we can grasp that, can we then use this knowledge to validate that the hygienic design has been effective? Many times when you have factories, equipment is long-lived, and when issues do come about, there are projects to improve the equipment, to correct the design, to add features that would make the equipment more hygienic from a cleaning or maybe from a condensation prevention stance. All of this alludes to the, I think, understood fact that we believe that environmental moisture will have an impact on the growth of biofilms, mixed species biofilms, and that somehow, if this is not checked and not understood, it could eventually be colonized by a pathogen and become a source of contamination. So if we are going to think preventively and act before it becomes a problem, then having a tool to validate hygienic design from a microbiological stance as opposed to a pure theoretical practical stance seems really interesting. Now, that entails understanding what a risky microbial community looks like versus a less risky one. And I think that's the work that has to be done right now to understand what that is. And once that's defined, and it might be specific to a business sector, to a type of product, to a type of factory, or to a factory itself. But once that profile is understood, then it becomes an indicator profile. And we can move away from just relying on simple microbiology for EB, for Enterobacteriaceae, or for the presence absence of a pathogen that might be very rare in an environment where it is even present. We can move away, have a more holistic picture.